The history of the Kieven Rus begins with its founder, Oleg the Wise, the Viking leader of Novgorod who sailed down the Dnieper River and conquered Smolensk and Kiev, the latter of which he then made into the capital of his realm. He later united the local Slavic and Finnish tribes, defeated the Khazars, raided, and then created a trade agreement with the Byzantine Empire, which would then become the cornerstone of the Kieven Rus's economy and the foundation of Slavic culture. Oleg died in 912 AD and was succeeded by his less competent heir, Igor, whose defining accomplishment was founding the Rurik dynasty, which would not only rule until the dissolution of the Kievan Rus, but would rule well into the late medieval period of the Russian Empire. His economic policy consisted of pillaging neighboring tribes in the winter, then sailing down the Dnieper in the summer to trade their goods in Constantinople. Igor died in 945 and achieved very little in his life. His son, however, Vladimir the Great, brought the Kievan Rus into its golden age. He introduced the Cyrillic alphabet from the First Bulgarian Empire, strengthened ties with the then prosperous Byzantine Empire, and created what would be the foundation of Russian, Ukrainian, and Belarusian cultures. This golden age, however, was built on shaky foundations at best. The realm was held together only by the might of the Grand Duke of Kiev, and the local princes could do pretty much whatever they want as long as they paid tribute to the Grand Duke. Under Vladimir's reign, he oversaw the Christianization of the Rus. A story tells of Vladimir sending envoys to all corners of the known world in search of a new religion. The Western Christians, or the Catholics, were too boring. Converting to Judaism would mean the dissolution of his empire, as it was the belief of the Jewish people at the time that there should not be allowed a Jewish state, and he rejected the Muslims because, amongst many other things, he would not be allowed to drink. So, in awe of the splendor of the Hagia Sophia, he converted to the Eastern Orthodoxy of the Byzantine Empire. And so, Vladimir was married to the sister of Basil II, the emperor of the Byzantines, and in return, they would form a military alliance, and he would convert the realm to Eastern Orthodoxy. Upon the death of Vladimir in 1015, the Kievan Rus began to decline. It was a period of fratricide where Vladimir's eldest son, Sviatopolk the Accursed, killed 3 of his brothers and seized power in Kiev. However, his remaining brother, Yaroslav, with the help of Viking mercenaries, defeated Sviatopolk and crowned himself the Grand Duke of Kiev. Yaroslav's reign saw his realm become the cultural heartland of Eastern Europe. He had attempted to introduce an order of succession to prevent the fratricidal bloodshed his ascendance to the throne had heralded, and prevent the empire from shattering. However, his death in 1054 saw the empire divide despite his efforts. As the Byzantine Empire headed into an era of decline, so too did the Kievan Rus. The Kievan Rus's economy was reliant on trade routes with Eastern and Western Europe, where merchants would sail down the Dnieper River and ultimately trade their goods in Constantinople. However, with the rise of the Italian merchant states, trade began to bypass the Dnieper River and instead flowed through the Mediterranean. This era of decline saw the ascendancy of the grandson of Yaroslav, Mstislav, who was known only for the fact that he was the last ruler of the Kievan Rus. His death in 1132 saw the disintegration of the empire, and so any hope of the Rus ever becoming the powerhouse they once were crushed by 2 main events, the first of which was the Fourth Crusade, which saw the destruction of the Byzantine Empire, the greatest ally of the Rus, and the sacking of Constantinople by the previously mentioned Italian merchant states. These events saw the economic devastation of the Rus principalities. The second event that sealed the fate of the Rus was the Mongol invasions under Ogedai Khan. If you've watched this far, you're probably nerdy enough to know what the Mongols do to those they conquered. The Rus principalities were either obliterated or subjugated, and thus the Kievan Rus lie in ashes. Their realm shattered, their economy destroyed, and the remains of their once mighty empire disintegrated under the might of the Mongols. Their destruction, however, paved the creation of entirely new cultures such as that of the Russian, Ukrainian, and Belarusian cultures, laying the foundation of new forms of art, literature, science, and entirely distinct forms of life. And thus, the memory of the Kievan Rus still lives on in these people. If you enjoyed these videos, please like, comment, and subscribe for more. If you hated it, please let me know what I did wrong in the comments. Bye.